Hashem, He's cool, V'im tu, Al Tira'u, V'al Ta'atu, Chazak, V'emat, Ki Ata.
It's really when we start realizing there's something higher, something deeper in life, and it's not all about myself. It's when we start to have a yearning and we want to learn about something deeper. So Bar Mitzvah is basically when it all starts. It's everything until Bar Mitzvah is just a preparation for this new life. This is something totally new that we have to start making our choices for the rest of our lives.
I've been practicing for my Bar Mitzvah. I have been really excited writing my speech and practicing my Torah portion and all the prayers that I'm going to say.
I'm very excited for Hogan. This is a big event for him, for our family. Up till now, it was our responsibility to teach him the commandments, but now he's kind of flying on his own.
In Hebrew, Bar Mitzvah means son of the commandment. So Bar is son, Mitzvah is our commandments to live a good life. So it's that moment when a boy turns 13 that they basically take on the responsibility of a man to live a Jewish life.
I was not always as observant as I am now. I wanted truth in my life. And I don't know if it's the hand of God, it just touched my soul. Something changed, something inside me just changed. I've become what you would call Baal Teshuva, which is return to God. For me, the world with God is a lot better than without. And so what I'm trying to instill in Hogan is a love of Judaism. So every aspect of their lives, from putting on their shoes in the morning, or putting on their skates when they play hockey, from hiking, swimming, whatever it is, we want them to do it in a godly fashion.
Preparing for Hogan's Bar Mitzvah, it's meaningful because it's kind of seeing him grow up a lot more, and it's fun to see that, and it's also helped teaching each other more about Judaism.
In America now, the Bar Mitzvah has become more of a spectacle than the meaning of it. I think we've lost touch with that. It's almost like everyone's trying to one-up one another. My Bar Mitzvah felt more like an end than a beginning. Hogan's Bar Mitzvah is going to be a lot more traditional. We're just gonna have a small group of mishpucha or family there to celebrate and to encourage him.
For my dad, he's told me that he was studying and he thought the Bar Mitzvah was the end, the finish line. But for me, that's gonna be my launching pad. That's the start for me, because I'd like to learn more to find what the true meaning of Judaism is.
This is what you wish for your children to grow up, to grow into their own, to raise their own family. It brings back memories because they have a boy and a girl. We had a boy and a girl. So we're almost reliving our past with our son, Danny, and our daughter, Ariella.
At the Bar Mitzvah, I felt again young. I felt honored, and I felt that God gave me the opportunity to pour out my heart, to be thankful for being together with the family for this moment, which is very sacred. There is no question, I'm a Jew and I'm following the tradition of the Judaism. It was extremely hard to be Jewish in the time of the war. The more that we suffer, the more ambitious we are to show our adherence and our respect to our Torah. To belong to a Judaic creed, I find an honor, and even though I suffered a lot for that, but the compensation spiritually, it's incomparable.
We grew up Jewish. I was bar mitzvahed. I remember when I was practicing for my bar mitzvah, it was a lot. It was a lot of work and a lot of practice. But I really felt the spiritual power of doing something with devotion and with a high level of intention. For me to be able to watch Hogan on his spiritual path, to study and to practice and to devote himself on such a level to be prepared for today. He started studying Hebrew with my dad, who was a Hebrew school teacher for many years and was basically a rabbi and has performed bar mitzvahs many times and married couples. And So to know that Hogan's point of connection with studying for today began with our dad, and to have him sitting in the front row watching this happen was a pretty amazing arc to witness and be a part of. Say zombie pigmen.
Zombie pigmen, zombie pigmen.
So it's a multi-generational experience, which is deeply powerful. And just really sacred and special to see. So I want to thank them for the opportunity to be present for it. And I'm really proud of Hogan. He did an amazing job today. And he's such a good kid.
That's the joy of grandchildren. You can really sit and watch and enjoy every moment. That's the true joy of getting older, that you can sit back and enjoy the beauty of what you're leaving behind. So it's a joy to have to see your children successful and happy. It's the greatest gift that a parent can have.
She has your eyes back.
This is the meat of life, you know? I think we get so busy and lost within our professional lives and family expectations and texts and emails and all this crazy stuff. We're always moving. But it's moments like this that demand attention and force us to pause.
It is that moment in life where he does change. He walks in as a boy and walks out as a man. And for my son, Hogan, he'll be referred to as Yitzhak. Yitzhak is actually the correct pronunciation. Will walk out of shul that day as his own Jewish man.
The Torah is truth. Torah is God's spoken words directly to Moses. 2 million Jews, Israelites, stood at the foot of Mount Sinai to hear God's voice and lived to tell about it. That was more than 3,000 years ago. And in that 3,000 years, not one letter, not one mark in the Torah has changed in 3,000 years. Not one person came and said, nope, that didn't happen. No, we all heard Hashem's voice that day. And that was really meaningful to me. And I wanted my kids to feel that, to understand the significance of that.
So what my parents have passed down to me and what I will pass down to my children, God willing, is a love for Judaism and just a love for serving God and doing the mitzvah. I really love serving God.
I think that moment of seeing your child take their first step as an adult in the world is incredibly powerful.
במקום אשר יבחר תקרא את התורה הזאת נגד כל ישראל באוזניהם הקהל את העם. מודה אני לפניך מלך חי וקיים שחזרת בי נשמתי בהמלה רבה אמונתך. I see this every morning. It reminds myself that I have to serve Hashem for the rest of the day. And then when I go to bed, and then I wake up and I say that prayer again. And it just repeats in that cycle. I hope to always repeat this cycle because who we are is very important to keep. We need to keep our Jewish identity and make sure we have it ourselves, and we also tell people we're not afraid of saying that we're Jewish.
Hello, Hogan. I hope that you can see me through this lens. I am honored here to mention your bar mitzvah, how emotional and how proud I am of you and of my family in general for following the tradition.
Boy, you set the bar high for me now. I should go home.
Am Yisrael Chai, Am Yisrael Chai, Am Yisrael, Am Yisrael, Am Yisrael Chai, Am Yisrael Chai, Am Yisrael Chai, Am Yisrael, Am Yisrael, Am Yisrael Chai.
There's nothing better in the world than being a wife and a mother. The first appointment that we had after he was born was about 72 hours, and I walked into the pediatrician's office, and the nurse said, "Oh, look how cute he is. How many months is he?" And I said, 3 days. But he hadn't stopped crying in those 3 days, so I already felt like months had passed.
Should I smile or like? Sorry.
I think Hogan has a lot to draw on. He comes from a very diverse background, a good gene pool to be almost whatever he wants to be.
Now that I've kind of been with all of our holidays and what have you, I've kind of been the family rabbi to a certain extent. Now I'm going to start delegating some of those responsibilities to Hogan.
The woman's role in Judaism is mostly based on Shabbat, which is the one day of rest, because we believe that God created the world in 6 days, and on the 7th day he rested. So we rest on the 7th day, and usually that's more women's role than men. And you have to light candles, the women's always do, and you say prayers. So it's mostly the men that do to fill in and pray a lot more than we do, but we bring in the Shabbos. It's like really cool because we learn a lot, but I'm also scared because then I'll be the only one who's like the kid in the house, so I'm the only one who will be alone. But it's gonna be really fun because it's basically, he's bringing everybody from across entire America, our family, just to come see him, which is like really cool how special this is.
Hello. You have to watch some Girl Scouts. How's the baby? Yeah, perfect.
It's a big commitment, you know, and it's not just Hogan's commitment, it's a family commitment because we drive out to Park City once or twice a week to meet with Rabbi. Yeah, I'm really proud of Hogan for learning to read Hebrew. He's also done some Rosetta Stone, and he's learning what it means. A lot of times a Hebrew word might mean one thing, but when you hear it said, it sometimes sounds a little off. What's one, Hogan? Neged? There's a word neged? I'm like, who's neged? Wait, who's neged? Are you neged? I'm not neged. So we have a good laugh about that one.
What can I wish? That Hashem should shine His light upon you, Hogan, always guide you, lead you down a good path. Whatever blessings, all goodness with health, abundant happiness, all the time, forever. And you should find your true bashert when you're ready to marry. If you could capture only 50% of the happiness that I have with my husband, that's what we wish for you and your future wife.
Hogan, I think I'm very proud of you for being able to go up on stage and not worrying and being able to open up like that, and I'm very proud of you for that.
Yeah, Rabbi had to grab the Torah. He just popped in right in that moment after we were talking about the Torah, which is great. Hogan Gottlieb, you crushed it today. You are an amazing young man. I'm so proud of you. I'm so thrilled that you call me Uncle Danny. And I'm so excited to watch you grow and evolve. And on your journey, on your path that you are now walking with a deeper sense of self and a higher level of personal responsibility. Just always make sure that you stay true to your core values and what you know in your heart and in your soul is right and true. Always be honest, always be thoughtful about things, take time to reflect, and be happy. Do anything that you need to do in this lifetime to connect with bliss and joy, and find that and harness it and internalize it and protect it, and then share that with those around you. And I love you, and you're amazing.
So I think every year as my children get older, it's melancholic, it's bittersweet. They take one step ahead in moving out of our home. I think it's the job of a parent to raise children that are independent and capable and confident of conquering the world and leaving their mark in it. But at the same part, as a mother especially, and as a Jewish mother who has trouble letting go and wants to constantly oversee the safety and protected nest, it's a beautiful moment, but it's also bittersweet. So one step forward means one step away, a little bit further away from me, but God willing, into a beautiful life that He creates for Himself.
Good job. Oh no, almost right here. Sorry.
Do you guys wrestle much?
Well, one of us does the wrestling, one of us does the losing.